Hello everybody, it is I, the real Randy Chavez. I'm coming at you today with an Earth 2 update video. I'm going to answer questions as well. I wrote a couple of them down. I am doing this today for you guys. I turned down sex for this. Other men would have easily succumbed to the power of the boob, but I did not. Those men are weak, and they are not me. So I'm going to get right into it. And US tiles are now at $10.69 a tile. Nice. The US is the first tile to reach this double digits per price in the game. China has gone up to $1 as of the making of this video. I am placing my bet and prediction that China will be the next one to break the $10 mark. Everyone comment down below saying whether if you agree with me or not. Remember, everyone here is there's no right or wrong answers, even if you are completely wrong. And no one will laugh if you say something like Yemen. Although speaking of Yemen, my friend Mr. J1S, shout out to him, sent me a photo of these weird trees in Hadibo. Hotel, Alpha, Delta, India, Bravo, Oscar, Hotel, that's how you spell it. Hadibo is an island off of Yemen with these really weird trees. So me and him bought land there yesterday. I spent about $50 or $60 there in the hopes that it could, let's say if you eat them or put them somewhere in your body, it gives your avatars a boost of some sort. Speaking of stat boost, we don't know if levels will be something that this game will have. And if it does, how will it affect normal gameplay? For example, if, let's say, you win 10 battles in the Warring World, do you get bonuses for that? Like experience for each battle, win or lose. And for each new level, does your avatar get a boost? Like it collects now 5% more of any resource that you gain or pick up. Or maybe it makes upgrades easier, or does fighting monsters in game give you a hero's medal in which you can get discounts in the marketplace? We just don't know right now. This is something that I think they could definitely incorporate in the game. It just gives people incentivize them to do more. My favorite one that I thought of is buildings built. Now let's say if you build a certain number of buildings and you get a construction medal, and now you get bonuses for each new structure you build. It's just something that'll incentivize playing. Also, if Animal Crossing can have Godzilla statues, there's no reason we can't have Riptar ones in this game. I love Riptar so heckin' much. Events. Shout out to a buddy on Facebook. I just added you. I forget your name right now. Lorenzo? I don't know. But these, sorry about that. It is a strong possibility that there will be events such as weddings, concerts, Broadway shows, and even funerals. If anyone remembers the Serenity Now WoW funeral raid, press F in the chat to pay respects for our fallen fair maiden. For those of you that don't know, there was a lady who was really, really into World of Warcraft. In real life, she had happened to have a stroke and died in real life. But she loved fishing and she loved the snow, so her clan took her avatar and put her in Winter Spring. It's just basically by a small body of water in the snow. And they all lined up to say goodbye to their fallen friend. And that's when a group called Serenity Now came in and just absolutely wrecked everybody. They just wiped the floor. Like, the disrespect on that was absolutely phenomenal. And the first person they killed was her, which was hysterical. Anyone that remembers it was a sight to see. But even though they didn't break any in-game rules, because it was on a PvP server, it did birth discussion about the difference between virtual and real morals, like real life morals, virtual morals. What should and shouldn't you do? But other events I am looking forward to is concerts. Just pedal back on funerals for a bit. I hope that in this game funerals can be a peaceful thing. If I do die, I did give my friend Steve my login so that he can arrange my funeral for me. Steve, I want a heckin' party. I want Pokemon theme music played. I want Green Day. I want everything. This is something. But for those of you that don't know, like, funny shit happens at funerals. Like people get drunk, people fall in the hole, people just do crazy things. And I could imagine in game something like that might happen. And if the Sims, if they can take hits off bongs, I feel like there's no reason that we can't show up to an event on some Lucy, or Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds. For anyone that gets that reference, I hope you're 18 and above. So the speaking of concerts and other events. Mr. J1S, the guy that sent me the photo, he is a rapper, so I'm hoping that maybe he puts on a show. Might be able to do charity events, would be exciting as well. M. Singh said he had lost he lost $50 in a Ponzi BitConnect scheme once, but he would be proud to lose $100 in this game. I thought that would be a good quote for the developers to put on like a casino or anything in there, if gambling's allowed in this game. And if they have loot boxes in other games as a form of gambling, there's no reason why we shouldn't be able to bet on monster fights or Pokemon battles or even just simply the game of Texas Hold'em. There should be something like that around there in a casino. They could have some in-game things like racing, which I plan to have boat racing in there in my place in Brazil. Adam Knife asks if you could ever use this platform as day trading. It would be very difficult. You can't do it right now because day trading implies that, okay, you see a dip, you buy the dip, you wait for it to go up, and then you sell. You buy low, sell high. Normally, it's very, very difficult. It is actually extraordinarily difficult to do in real life. Most people, 99.99% of people, cannot do it successfully over a long period of time. There's maybe a dozen or so people that can do it. Most of them work for Warren Buffett, and it's just something that if you can do it in this game, if you notice trends, congrats to you. But you can't right now just because everything consistently goes up. There's no buying dips. It's just buying and holding. Speaking of which, somebody asked as well, what is the best way to make money in this game? And the same strategy applies now as it does in the market. It's just you buy and hold. Don't worry about dips. And the way I view it and the way I made a lot of money with Tesla, because I knew where it was going, I still continue to see the writing on the wall, them gaining market share and them being the number one company in the world eventually. Whenever I have extra money, I just buy it. And if I buy it at $650 and it goes down to $400, I don't care because I don't know or care what it's going to do in the short term, but in the long term, I know what it's doing. The same should apply with this. As long as you buy something right now, again, it's not financial advice, it's just what I'm doing. Based on what everyone else is doing, the property should go up. However, there is a contingency where if you buy in the marketplace, let's say there's a glitch, there's a spike, and tiles go from $10.69 a tile to $50 a tile, and someone's like, oh, hey, you can get a discount by buying $40 a tile right now. And in the marketplace, it looks like you would be saving money, but obviously you're not. That might be the only way in which you could lose money right now. Or if you buy something and then sell it at a super cheap price. Again, this is all going to have a wrench thrown in it, a giant curveball when resources start to spawn. We don't know exactly where. The game developers did say that they would be, some of things in Earth 2 would mirror what happens on Earth. Like if you buy an oil deposit, there's a decent chance that you might get some oil on there. I don't know. I've just been buying in random places. Hopefully I get a box, a fun box. So same as buying Tesla. Yeah, I told him I don't time the market. That's just what I do. Will this be playable like in GTA? And on the comment, I don't really remember what I said, but it's probably not going to be like GTA. You could probably do almost anything here that you can do in GTA, but again, because this game should be for everyone, I think there might be an adult world. If there's a warring world and a peaceful world, there might be an adult world and not an adult world, because this is something where, yes, you're going to get incentivized to do a lot of things like build buildings and actually play. There's definitely going to be some X-rated things. There's definitely going to be some X-rated things as far as, I don't want to just say women, hot people trying to make money by taking their clothes off in virtual reality. Who knows what else is going to happen with that. Can another company like Facebook buy this game? Yes or no? So I think both yes and no. Like Facebook does have the ability. They have billions of dollars of capital to throw around. They could just go to the developer and say, hey, we'll give you $2 billion for this right now. And they could say yes, they could say no. But if they decide not to sell, Facebook cannot buy them. They're a private company out in Australia, and they just don't. They can't. They're not publicly traded, so they can't just buy shares. They can't just buy 5% of the shares today, another 2% tomorrow, all the way until they get up to 51%. A hostile takeover is something like that. Is when you have a company that consistently buys shares. Donald Trump tried to do it, I think, for the Hilton or the Marriott back in the one of those hotel chains, but I think it was the Hilton back in the day, bought 5%, another 5%, got all the way up to 21% of the shares. The company started freaking out and said, "Hey, listen, you bought this for $6 a share. We'll pay you $8 a share for all of them back if you just go away," and made a couple $1 million on that deal. The same could happen with Facebook buying other companies, but because Earth 2 is not a public company, it's not something that I'm worried about. It's not something that I think they put far too much time and effort into this for them to be able to sell. This is their baby. Like on Pokemon cards that I have, like card that I got for $80,000 earlier this year, I someone could offer me 300,000 for it right now. I would say no. I just can't do it. Partly because it's worth too much to me personally, but also because different other people have that card on for like 350 or best offer. So it really depends on how much something means to someone else. And because these guys are losing sleep over it, these guys are spending their hard-earned money in it, and these guys are working round the clock to make this work. I don't believe any amount of money could sway them into selling. But anyway, guys, that is it for me. I love you all. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Comments are good for the YouTube algorithm. Smash that like button. Patreon down below. I do all this for free. I turn down sex for this. All right, I love you guys. Bye. Yeah.